Good morning, everyone. When someone is always on your mind, especially without any form of communication, it's like a deep and mysterious pull that you can't quite explain. It's as though their energy, their presence is lingering in your thoughts, your heart, even in the spaces between your breaths. And yet there's no direct interaction, no words, no touch, no exchange, no clarity. And in that absence of connection, the mind tries to fill in the gaps. It starts to create stories, scenarios, and feelings trying to make sense of the space that this person occupies in your mind. You may feel anxious, confused, even overwhelmed by this constant internal presence. But what if this is telling you something deeper, something profound? What if the reason they're always on your mind is not random, not coincidental, but part of a bigger pattern, a greater understanding of your own energy and how it connects to the world around you? The mind is powerful. It is always working, always processing, always seeking to make sense of what it experiences. So when someone consistently enters your thoughts without any physical communication, there's something about them, about your connection, that the mind is trying to interpret. It's like a signal from the subconscious mind, a signal that carries a meaning beyond words. The reason they are so present in your thoughts could be because your energy is intertwined with theirs in ways that aren't immediately obvious on the surface. We tend to believe that communication, the exchange of words, is the most important form of connection. But in reality, there is so much more to how we connect to others on a deeper, more energetic level. You see, everything in this universe is energy. Every thought, every feeling, every action, every exchange, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, emanates a frequency. This frequency isn't always visible, but it's real. It's as real as the air we breathe. And when we are drawn to someone, even without communication, it's often because there is a resonance, a match between our energy and theirs. It's like two instruments that are tuned to the same pitch. They may not be playing the same note at the same time, but their vibrations are in harmony with one another, creating a resonance that lingers. This resonance can draw us back to that person, even in their absence, because our subconscious mind recognizes that energy. The thought of them is not just the result of memories or experiences, it's the result of an ongoing energetic connection that exists outside of the physical realm. This connection doesn't always make sense to the conscious mind. It doesn't always align with logic or reasoning. In fact, it may seem completely irrational at times, but the subconscious mind doesn't operate on logic. It operates on energy. It understands frequencies, vibrations, and patterns, and when someone's energy is still resonating with yours, even in their absence, that frequency continues to echo in your mind. You may feel pulled to them inexplicably. You may feel like something is drawing you back to that person, as though the universe is trying to send you a message. But it's not about the words, the actions, or the tangible forms of communication. It's about the energy, the connection that exists, whether you are aware of it or not. And so when someone is always on your mind without communication, it's important to recognize that your mind is picking up on that subtle frequency, that energetic bond. It's a reminder that we are all interconnected in ways that go beyond the physical. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that relationships are defined by communication and actions, by what is said and done. But in reality, the most profound connections we experience are those that transcend physical communication. They are those that exist in the spaces between words and the energetic threads that tie us to one another. This person being on your mind without communication is a reflection of that deeper connection. It's a reminder that sometimes the most important relationships we have are not those that are spoken out loud, but those that are felt deeply in the quiet moments of stillness. Perhaps this person's energy is calling you to pay attention. Perhaps the thoughts of them are pushing you to understand something about your own energy, your own desires, your own soul's journey. Sometimes the reason someone is always on your mind is not because of the story you tell yourself about them, but because they are reflecting something within you that needs to be seen. Maybe they are showing you a part of yourself that you have not yet fully embraced or understood. Or maybe they are reminding you of something important you've forgotten or overlooked. The absence of communication doesn't erase the presence of connection. It simply means that the communication is happening on a different level, on a level that isn't always clear to the conscious mind, but is felt deeply within the soul. It's important to understand that when someone is always on your mind, it's not always about them. It's about you. It's about what they represent in your life, the energy that they embody, and the space they occupy within your heart. You are a reflection of the people who enter your life, and sometimes the people who occupy your thoughts are there to show you something you need to learn about yourself. The way you think about them, the emotions that arise when you think about them, are not just about them, they are about you, your patterns, your beliefs, and your growth. If someone is always on your mind, it's an invitation to pause and reflect. It's an invitation to explore why they occupy that mental space, to explore the energy between you, and to explore what this connection is trying to teach you. Maybe it's about releasing something from the past or learning to trust your own intuition. Maybe it's about embracing vulnerability or learning to let go of control. Whatever it is, the person who is always on your mind is playing a role in your life that goes beyond the surface. They are part of a larger story, a story that is unfolding within you, and their presence in your mind is a reflection of the work you are doing internally. And here's something even more powerful to consider when you feel that pull to someone. Even without communication, you have the opportunity to choose how you respond. You have the opportunity to be conscious of your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy. You can choose to stay stuck in the story of longing, or you can choose to recognize that this person is part of a greater reflection of your own inner world. You can choose to use their presence in your mind as a mirror to see what it reveals about your own growth, your own desires, and your own journey. The truth is, we are all connected by energy. And when someone is always on your mind without communication, it's a reminder that connection transcends words. It's a call to understand the deeper connections that exist, to recognize the patterns that shape your life, and to embrace the energy that flows between you and others. Whether you ever speak to this person again or not, the connection will always remain in some form or another. It's a reminder that energy is never lost, it is simply transformed. And every thought you have about them, every feeling that arises, is part of that transformation. It's part of your journey toward understanding yourself, your desires, and the interconnectedness of all things. So the next time someone is always on your mind, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself what this person's energy is trying to tell you. Don't get lost in the story of what is or isn't happening physically. Instead, embrace the deeper connection, the energy that links you, and recognize that sometimes the most important messages are those that come not from words, but from the quiet, subtle force of energy that flows between souls. When someone is always on your mind, even without communication, it serves as a powerful reminder of the deeper, energetic connections that exist beyond the physical world. These thoughts are not merely random, they are signals, reflections of something within you that needs to be understood or acknowledged. The connection you feel transcends words or actions. It is a bond that exists on an energetic level, a frequency that the subconscious mind recognizes and holds on to. Whether or not communication happens, the energy between you and this person continues to flow, and it is this flow that shapes your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences. Rather than feeling frustrated or confused by the constant presence of this person in your mind, use it as an opportunity to reflect on what this connection is trying to teach you. The real question is not about them, but about you. What part of your energy, your soul, or your journey is being reflected back to you through their presence in your thoughts? By understanding this, you unlock the potential for deeper self-awareness, growth, and transformation. So embrace the connection, recognize the lessons it offers, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. Thank you.